Hello everyone, I welcome you all to another episode of Rising Knight. Let's get right into it, shall we? Jacob. Oh, hey man, what's up? We haven't shared our poems yet. Oh, yeah, right, my bad. Jacob walks over to one of the desks, grabbing his poem. So, how about we take a look at yours first? Sure. It's not like I've been going first all day. Did you say something? No. Alright then. I hand Jacob my poem and he starts reading through. I see. So, where did you get the inspiration behind this one? Inspiration? Inspiration, huh? Oddly enough, I haven't been asked that question yet. I don't think I should blatantly admit that I just rewrote the plot of the last story I read in the form of a narrative form. But I can't exactly come up with any other explanation, so... Well... Since I'm still new to all of this, I figured it'd be simpler to use a couple of the last books I've read as building blocks for my first poem. So, you could say, the inspiration came from a couple different places. I see. But a first poem is pretty good. Better than the poem I wrote when I first joined, that's for sure. Rather said so as well, although I still don't know if I agree with them just yet. I know what you mean, it can take a while before you get confident in your own writing. But I'm sure you'll get used to it after a little while. Hopefully. Huh?
What does that mean?
No, not the argument. Overhearing someone's raised voice from across the room, I decide to peek over to see what's going on. Yuri and Natsuki seem to be sharing poems together. However, Natsuki doesn't seem to be all that happy.
There you go again, needing to try hard to come up with anything nice to say. Just accept the fact that my style's not going to change and become fancy like yours.
I just had a couple suggestions. I'm sorry if you... Atazoth? Huh? I turn back over to Jacob, who has a quizzical look on his face. Sorry, just got a little distracted. It's fine. Would you like to read?
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
What the? Excuse me, I was just trying to be helpful.
Yeah, since when have I needed your help?
Looking back over at the two, I noticed their faces become progressively frustrated, and Yuri's eyebrows are furrowed now. Are you having some sort of argument? Jacob sighs just beside me. Not again. Sorry about this, Atazoth, but I'll have to be right back. As Jacob begins walking towards the dispute, I notice he's also taking his poem with him. Hey, Jacob, could you leave your poem here? That's not important right now. You can just read it after I settle things down, okay? But... now he's gone. Damn it. So, what do I do now? With the two girls still bickering, I'm left with no other option but to just awkwardly stand by until things calm down. If Jacob didn't have to take his poem with him, I'd at least have something to pass the time while they sort things out. I look around the room briefly before settling down at a nearby desk. I take out a coin from my pocket and begin rolling it across my knuckle. Guess I'll have to wait here until Jacob comes back. Minutes go by, and at this point I've essentially tuned them out. Entirely. How long are they going to be at each other for? After another minute has passed, I reluctantly go in and check over to where the two girls are arguing. Maybe you're just jealous that he appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Is everyone okay?
And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
There are arguments still going on, huh? This is getting so boring. I can't even understand why they are bickering at this point. I mean, I guess I overheard them throw around the word he every now and then. Though I hope they aren't referring to I think who they are. If so, then maybe this argument's more petty than I first believed it to be. I do wonder when they're going to calm down, though. After all, for a first day in the club, this really doesn't seem like a good sign for things to come. And here I was starting to get used to this place. Whatever, I guess it can be helped. They all seemed like good friends before, so I doubt whatever they're arguing about could be that bad. Right?
Me? Look who's talking, wanna be edgy bitch.
We are going into interesting territory. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. I suppose not.
See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate elementary, you know?
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. Please stop! You guys are friends! Sadie's right, you guys need to calm down. I like this effect that they're in the dark. This doesn't involve you. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, eh?
Well, it escalated quickly. At this point, I believe things are too out of hand to calm down anytime soon. I likely only have a few minutes left before I need to be out of here. Even if they do come down now, I doubt I'd have even the time to stick around for much longer anyway. Guess I'll take my leave then. Keep going then, let Atazoth hear who you really are. He's right there after all, I'm sure he'll be looking up to you as his mentor after this. What? Great, not even a few steps closer to my bike and they've already invited me into their dispute.
She's just trying to make me look mean.
You started it. I have a gut feeling I would be able to just walk out of this one. Ah, this could only go so well. Why the hell would it matter if I preferred one over the other?
Because I need you to tell Yuri over here that the poem doesn't need to be so fancy all the time. Like, seriously, what's the point in making a poem so convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Just let me explain that to Atazoth.
There is a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? You guys shouldn't be involving Atazoth like that. You have to understand both your styles are...
Well...
Thank you, Jacob, for trying. The girl scared of Jacob completely ignoring what he had to say. I sigh, knowing I really don't have a way out of this one. Unfortunately for them, I don't exactly have an answer that would be sufficient enough for either of them. Let alone one that would properly end this argument. They'll have put me in a precarious situation. I guess this is what it takes to really be a part of this club, huh? Yuri, Natsuki, if I were you, I'd listen to Jacob. I find both of your styles to be...
Just answer the question.
Enough with this stupidly pointless argument already. Why the hell would it matter if I like one or the other anyway? Their eyes widened in shock before I realized just how much I've raised my voice. A little more upfront than I was hoping to be, but at least they finally shut up. It's time to take a deep breath and calm myself down a little. Yuri, Natsuki, look, you're both talented. Your passion for literature far exceeds my own, there is no doubt about that. The fact that you two would have even such an intense, albeit a very useless, argument about this in the first place proves it. But here's the thing, I haven't been in this club long enough to establish a preferred style of writing. I thought that much would have been obvious. So what do you even expect to gain from me dragging me into this? Natsuki and Yuri stay silent. Simple, complex. Truth is, I don't really care. All that matters is that the dispute is finally over. The others can handle the rest now. I think I said enough. Walking towards the clubroom door, I see Monika approach me from the corner of my eye. Atazoth, I'm so sorry. They're not normal like that, I promise. It's alright, Monika. No, it's not. I really shouldn't have tried to get you involved like that. If only I was a little more assertive, I could end the fighting before it escalated, but I'm not. I can't even settle an argument between my own members properly. Some president I am, right? I said it's alright, but I mean it. It's going to take more than a little argument to turn me away from the club. Besides, this isn't the first time this happened, clearly, so I'm sure they can make up their references just like last time. What? I didn't... Oh. I heard it from Jacob. Although judging by how different Natsuki and Yuri can be, it would only be fair to assume this would simply be an inevitability. I understand that sometimes you can't just do anything about it. I lowered my voice a little to prevent Natsuki or Yuri from overhearing her conversation. I guess you're right. I am still sorry about what happened, though. Like I said, don't worry about it, I'll be fine. Look across the room briefly, noticing Natsuki and Jacob are nowhere to be found. They must have left through the other door while I wasn't paying attention. Yuri, on the other hand, sits with her head down at one of the far desks. Sayori stands close by, presumably consoling her. I'm sure Yuri will be alright, but I'm not so sure about Natsuki. Yeah, she must be real upset if she left so abruptly. I'll make sure to talk with her, don't you worry. Right, thank you. Oh, by the way, I have to start heading out now too. Sorry for the late notice. It's okay, I understand. See you tomorrow then, Atazoth. Bye, Monika. Natsuki! Reaching the bottom of the stairs, I call out to Natsuki again, but receive no response back. Jeez, why did she have to go running out like that? At this point, I made it all the way down the hall and have lost sight of her completely. Crap. This is nothing like the last time. When they first argued, Sayori was able to calm the situation in a heartbeat, but now it's like they completely ignored her, escalating the fight to a point that I've never seen before. Last time they had a serious argument when I first joined. Don't get me wrong, they haven't exactly been the closest friends since then. Their differing styles alone keep them separated in the club room at almost every club meeting. But they've always been friends at heart despite all of their differences. However, for them to ever have an argument as intense as that almost feels unnatural. It can't be because of Atazoth, can it? No, that'd be too much of a coincidence. Although there isn't anything else I can think of to explain what happened, so anything's on the table at this point. I take a moment to call out to Natsuki once more, but there's still no response. It's no use. She's probably not even in the school anymore anyway. I hope this doesn't drive Atazoth away. He seemed like a cool dude. Maybe a little reserved, but I'm sure he would lighten up a little over time. As a thank you, I see Atazoth approaching from the direction of the club. Hey, is everything alright? Yeah. What about you? You ran out. Oh, everything's fine here, don't worry. I was thinking if I could catch up with Natsuki as well. She'll be back in the club soon, you shouldn't worry about it. But she's a friend, and I've just never seen her like this before. They've had their arguments in the past, but nothing like this. I'm sorry, I shouldn't expect you to understand. If this makes you not want to be a part of the club, It'll be all fine, Jacob. The others are still in the club, you can talk to her tomorrow. Atazoth walks past me without looking back a single time. I have to worry about me, by the way. I'll be fine as well. Later. But what? Atazoth continues walking in silence until he takes an eventual corner down the hall, leaving my sight completely. He said the others are still in the club. I guess I could check if Yuri is doing alright. I quickly run back up the stairs, hoping to catch her before Monika inevitably dismisses the club. A brisk walk back to the club room reveals Sayori and Monika standing just outside. No sign of Yuri though. Hey Sayori, is everything alright with Yuri? Sayori doesn't respond with much worry than a bother to look upon her face. I do want to get an answer from Monika. Yuri left just a moment ago, but she's doing fine. She just needed a little time alone is all. Are you sure she's alright? They both looked very upset. Monika not so assuringly. Were you able to catch up with Natsuki? No, sorry. She left before I was able to. Oh. It's okay, Jacob. I'm sure I'll be able to talk with her tomorrow. But how do you know if she'll... I can myself out remembering Atazoth told me the exact same thing. First time I know Monika too. And here I was thinking Atazoth just didn't understand. Sayori doesn't make any objections either, so maybe there is some truth to what they say. If you say so, Monika. Jacob, since the club's dismissed, would you like to walk home now? Of course, let me just grab my backpack. I got you covered, Jacob. Oh. Thanks, Monika. Monika hands over my backpack and the three of us make our way towards the school's exit. However, as we near the stairs, I can't help but notice something off. I saw Natsuki go this way and Atazoth too, but I don't recall seeing Yuri. Did she go to the other exit? Assuming she took that kind of detour, I'd be willing to bet she didn't want to take any risks running into me. She must be really needing her time alone. Please don't tell me she's doing that thing. No, please. After a few minutes of walking, we reached the school's front entrance. As we wave goodbye to Monika, I remember something. Wait, Monika, you still doing that narrative poem for our next club meeting? Yeah, I think we all still need a little more practice with narrative poems anyways. And I didn't do so hot on the whole narrative part of it all. But when I've ever, I'm sure we'll all become confident enough to try out short stories. Right, I understand. I'll make sure to do a little better on the next one then. Me too. I'll be looking forward to it, you too. Okay, side note. I like how Spirit has handled the argument. Because it's all nice when MC manages or Sayori manages to clean it all up with no issues, but hey, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes arguments go sourly and it ends like this. I like that. With my question answered, Sayori and I begin our short walk home. Home sweet home. I say that as I drop off my backpack near the couch whilst immediately heading over towards the kitchen for a midday snack. Unfortunately, there remains little to no options for me to choose from. Instant ramen, minute rice. Come on, there's gotta be something. Minutes of searching later, I decide to settle for a simple yogurt cup to ease my hunger. Better than nothing, I guess. Place my yogurt cup just off to the side of my desk as I grab a singular sheet of lined paper and a pen. There is no better time to get started on this narrative poem than now. That way I have the time to binge this anime Natsuki recommended me a while back. Johnny Joe's Insane Experiences. I've been meaning to get to it, but I always end up forgetting. But with all the stuff that's happened at the club today, I can't help but be reminded of it. Maybe I could talk to Natsuki about it tomorrow to ease the tension a little. As of now, however, my mind's brought up on the paper in front of me. Let's see. I pull out my poem from today to use as reference. Look at it now, I realize I left the setting very vague. I do mention when the man enters his home, when he goes into the shower and when he leaves his house, but those are only mentions and not the actual setting of the story itself. In fact, I'd say it's not very much of a setting at all, more like someone describing what they think happens to them whenever they go. I guess for a narrative poem this can work, but not so much for a coherent story. Staring intensely at the blank sheet of paper, I find it difficult to put even a single word down. Maybe I can look for some examples online. I put on my computer and search the web for any useful examples of narrative poems and short stories I could find. Short stories simply because if we're going to be moving in the direction going forward. Blood is a face, man. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to get a little out of the game. Eventually I find some examples that prove useful and begin putting pen to paper. Ah yes, back to Atazoth's pirate job. Sit on a spare cafe seat in the back kitchen, I write my narrative poem on a recently unfolded sheet of paper. It's a quiet day today, just like it was last week, so I have plenty of free time to use to my advantage. Every now and then, however, I feel the presence of an onlooker. Said onlooker being none other than my annoying co-worker.
So, you gonna say what you're doing now?
And it is said, none of your business. I fold the paper each time she asks, preventing her from getting a clear look at what I've been writing. The paper in question is roughly half the size of the average sheet of paper, making it a quick and easy process to fold. She's attempted to grab it out of my hand a few times so far, all of which she failed miserably to pull off. Each time I simply hide it folded in the palm of my hand and wait for her to give up. Thankfully just us two in today. I cannot imagine trying to write a poem with more people trying to rip it from my hands. That being said, it brings up the question of how I'm going to write these going forward. It seems Tuesdays and Thursdays only have the two of us working, so that's simple enough. Always on the weekends I'll have plenty of time to get something done in the morning for Mondays, but on Mondays and Wednesdays I work until after midnight. For the time being, I might just have to resort to writing them during lunch or whatever other free time I get after classes. Better than showing up with nothing, I suppose. I've been for a second wondering why I even decided that I'll add this all on top of my schedule in the first place. However, my coworker uses this brief moment of opportunity to snatch the near finished poem out of my hand.
Ah, finally.
Hey, give that back! I lunge from the chair, attempting to take back the poem. But just like I did to her, she folds it in the poem in the palm of her hand. Damn it! Just hand it back already.
Nope, until you tell me what it's for.
Why does it even matter?
Because you've been working on it for the past half hour now.
Besides, I just want to look at it, that's all. Not a chance. I try to reach for the hand containing my poem, but every time I get close, she retreats back. This puts us in a seemingly never-ending loop of us just fighting over the damn poem. This is until she takes an extra step back and reveals the poem locked between the two of her fingers that the loop finally breaks. I go to reach once more, but she grasps the other side of the poem with her other hand, causing me to back away. What do you think you're doing?
It's simple. If you won't let me read it, I might just have to rip it up.
What do you expect to get out of that? She thinks for a second, but ultimately doesn't give an answer aside from a slight shrug of her shoulders. Just give me the fucking paper already. Language. Huh? I turn my head over to the front, where an old woman and a child stand just behind the counter. Shit. I would go help them if I were you. I reluctantly go to the front counter, quickly thinking of what I can to ease the situation. There's only one thing I can do. Reaching the counter, I force a fake smile onto my face. I'm terribly sorry about that, ma'am. Is there anything I can help you with? Yes, I'd like a chocolate ice cream sundae and cappuccino for me. But maybe you could clean up that potty mouth of yours too while you're at it. I'm truly sorry about that, ma'am. How about I add a cookie for each of you for that? Free of charge? No, that sounds wonderful. The old woman turns to her grandkid, asking which type of cookie he would prefer. He simply points to one of those sprinkled sugar cookies, not saying a word. I'll take 2 of those sugar cookies, please. Sure, ma'am. While bagging up the 2 cookies, I feel something tap the side of my right shoulder. Looking back, I notice my coworker with my folded palm in her outstretched hand.
You're gonna have this bag now.
Before she can say another word, I snatch the palm out of her hand, my already fake smile skewing into more of a grimace. I thought it was pretty good. Don't know why you were trying to hide it so much. I refrain from responding, knowing there's an old woman and a child by me who will give me shit if I say anything that isn't family friendly. through gritted teeth, I attempt my best customer service voice. We'll have your cappuccino and ice cream sundae ready right away, ma'am. An hour or so goes by and the day is just about wrapped up. We haven't spoken about each other since the incident, or rather I haven't said a word to her. Come on, you gonna say what that little poem's for or what? Ah, you're so boring, you know that? Her annoyingly persistent question has gone on since I got my poem back. Thankfully, the cleanup work in the kitchen has kept me preoccupied, allowing me to ignore her until the last hour of the workday. But I take back what I said. Tuesdays and Thursdays might be harder than I thought. Let's not even mention how tired I've been all day. I try to hide it as best I can, but it's been difficult to keep myself from yawning every few seconds. Especially now where it's past midnight. Yeah, no, I'm yawning, Jesus. I'll be able to rest soon enough. At least, it seems the last customer just exited the cafe. Before my coworker is able to notice, I quickly speak up. They're closing tonight, by the way. See ya. What? Hey, I said I was leaving it to you tonight. I close the cafe door before I'm able to hear the rest of the sentence. And well, as Atazoth leaves, I shall leave the video. I hope you let's enjoy it, because I sure did. I like the characterization so far in this mod, so yeah. Good. Intriguing. So yeah, I'll see you later, lads. Bye-bye.